Our first guest tonight is one of the many gifts the state of New Jersey has given us. You can see him as Daydreaming Dr. Dorian every Wednesday night on Scrubs, now residing here on ABC. Please say hello to Zach Braff, everyone. See you.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Didn't mean to leap up onto my soapbox before.
Jackhole is a new word I've never heard before.
Well, it's a word I invented some time ago, and
the guy's a jackhole.
He is a jackhole in every sense of the word.
I'm going to use it now. You've coined a phrase.
Please use it. Use it all you like. Hey, how long has Scrubs been on the air?
40 years.
40 years. I remember since I was a boy watching.
No, it's been, it feels like 40 years. It's 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
That is a nice chunk. And that's your first show, right?
Yes, first thing I ever really got that was, like, major. And, you know, I wanted to be an actor ever since I was a little kid, so it was by far, like, you know, my dream coming true.
Did you really want to be an actor when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. My bar mitzvah theme was Broadway musicals.
Really? Are you sure you weren't just gay?
No. I'm sure. Wow, she loved that joke. I'm sure when I went to my parents and was like, Broadway musicals, they were probably like, oh boy.
Oh yeah, that's really.
Well, no, it's like on the centerpieces of the tables were actors dressed up like different people from musicals, and like someone from Cats, and someone from like Phantom of the Opera, and someone from like Les Miserables, like on a barricade or something, and they were like frozen, like statues, you know, like frozen centerpieces. And then when I walked in, they played "Let's Hear It for the Boy." Let's hear it for the boy, you know.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, can I stand up?
Yeah.
The centerpieces were frozen like as a cat or as like the Phantom. And then when I walk in, they play "Let's Hear It for the Boy," and then the centerpieces started doing the robot dance. To "Let's Hear It for the Boy."
Why?
I have no idea. It was so random.
Did you know that?
Even at 13, I was like, this is really messed up. But I was so excited they were playing "Let's Hear It for the Boy."
Yeah, well, who wouldn't be? Sure. Wow, that's some party.
So that's pretty gay.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
wow.
I knew I wanted to be an actor at a very young age.
Your parents must really love you, I tell you, to do something
They've
like
always
that.
been very supportive. I'm sure they got talked into it.
Do you live in New York, or do you live here?
I live here, but I'm renovating a place in New York. I want to spend more time in New York. I like it there a lot.
What is it about New York that you really
LA, you just drive everywhere, and I like running into random people. I like weird people a lot. I think if you're a creative person, weird people are like inspiration for you. Yeah. And if you walk down the street in New York, you see a lot of weird people. Here, you're so isolated. You know, you're in your car or whatever. So, like, I was in New York the other day. I'm walking down the street, and I see a crazy person headed towards me. You know, anyone who's been in New York, you know when you see a crazy person, like, down the road, you're like, should I cross? What am I going to do? And I see, like, the crazy woman. She's causing all sorts of havoc. People are, like getting out of the way. And she's screaming at everyone. And I was like, I'm just going to have courage. I'm going to walk down the street. I'm going to deal with whatever comes my way. And she's, like, yelling at people, and people are, like, getting out of the way. And she locks on eye contact with me, and I'm like, oh, boy. And she comes right to me, and she stops, and she goes, you got a booger in your nose. And I was like, I started to reach for it, and she's like, other nostril. And I was like, so I start to reach for that, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's a crazy person. Why am I even responding to this? So, like, in a huff, indignant huff, I walk off, and of course, I get around the corner, and I look in the reflection of the mirror, and sure enough, I have a big-ass booger in my nose. And the thing that made me laugh so hard is I was with my friends all day long, and not one of them, I had to meet this woman to tell me I had a chunk of green in my nose.
Well, you need new friends is what you need. Wow, okay, so now I could see why you would want to move to New York. Is it easy renovating a house from 3,000 miles away? No, because they're not, the workers, I went there, and the worker, it's like Rear Window. It's like, it has a lot of windows, and you can see all the different apartment buildings. And the workers spend a lot of time with binoculars looking at girls in the windows. Yeah. Really? And they don't even hide it, because I went there to check on the place, and I noticed on the table, there's spread all these binoculars. And I'm like, what the hell are these binoculars for? Like, if someone... Does one of the workers have a binocular collection? And it turns out that at a certain times of day, they figured out which girls are where, and they even in front of me, they didn't even hide it. They're like, excuse me, 1 second, it's 4:30. And they're all like, well, and the girl isn't even doing anything too sexual. She's like
checking her email, but they think she's hot, you know?
Wow, that is...
I swear.
You know, by the way, if they're doing that in front of you, imagine what they're doing when you're not there.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know, but it definitely involves lots of binoculars.
You brought something something interesting. Scrubs is being made into a movie, I hear.
Yes, Scrubs is being made into a movie. Well, I wouldn't get too excited. It's a porno movie.
Well...
they got more excited.
It's like a water ride.
Yeah, it's someone sent this to me, and it's just not a joke. This is a true story. They're making Scrubs into a XXX porno.
And you brought some photographs of the actual cast members.
Yeah, this is on the web. They showed up the porn stars who are playing each one of us. So this guy's gonna be John McGinley. That's gonna be she's gonna be Judy Reyes.
All right.
I've never seen any of her work, but this girl's gonna be Sarah. I think it's a good match, actually.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. You got your buddy.
That's Donald. This is not a joke. This is real. These are the real characters. You can find it on the web.
There we go.
And this is the guy. I like. When they got to Neil, they were just like, I don't know, Jerry, you want to do it?
And finally.
I mean, this is me. This is me.
There we go, the big star.
Yeah. My guy looks like there's nothing the director would say that he would be like, no, dude, I'm not doing that. He just likes, like, you know, whatever. Put it on my head.
He played Screech in the Saved by the Bell porno, too.
I think Screech played Screech.
Yeah, you might be right. You might. Well, Zach Braff is here. Scrubs is Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock on ABC. We'll be right back to find out what Zach's been up to lately right after this.